So originally this video was going to be fighting game specific, but I felt like that wouldn't be fair because the main reason I even came up with this idea was because I started playing more Fortnite recently. Wait, before you leave, just let me cook. Alright, it's still going to be fighting game centered, but we have a lot of FPSs out right now that are hero shooters, right? A lot of games like Overwatch, Valorant, Apex that allow you to curate your playstyle around a specific archetype. So it's all gonna come full circle. Just hear me out. We're gonna start this playstyle curation journey off the assumption that you have at least a fundamental understanding of the game along with some of its core mechanics, right? If your main game is Fortnite, you have a basic understanding of how aiming works in that game along with how building and editing works, right? If your game is Apex, you have a couple of characters that you understand along with the pacing of that game. If it's a fighting game, there might have been a couple of characters that already pique your interest, or you've seen a video of some sort explaining different character archetypes. This is when we refer back to that rough draft that we had in our head of our ideal playstyle, right? It's not fully refined. We're not sure if we fully believe in it yet, but it's just a concept. For me, when it came to Fortnite, it was I did not want to be one of those folks doing 500 different edits in half a second, wasting materials right? I knew that was not how I wanted to play. And if it comes down to a point where that's required, then we'll get to that road when we get there. With fighting games, I wanted to be a tactical rushdown player. A lot of players think that, oh, you play rushdown, that means you're gorilla brained and you don't know what you're doing. And I decided to play rushdown because my main issue when it comes to games is that I tend to overthink. So if I played a character like a zoner and there's a lot of idle time, instead of me focusing on reacting to the enemy player, I'm gonna be too far in my head wondering, oh, are they gonna see past this? Nah, this is gonna be too obvious. And suddenly they're already in my face and I've lost like 70% of my health. Whereas if I'm doing that to them instead of vice versa, I'm the one looking for the openings. I can use my brain more efficiently and look for whiff punishes, look for counter hits, look for ways to get in that aren't just me mashing my face into my controller, that allows me to still enjoy the game, enjoy a relatively flashy character, but still put some thought into what I'm doing. Which leads me to my next point. Do not listen to what other people have to say about your playstyle. Matter of fact, move the video out of the way. Bring the camera to me. Do not listen to other people's opinions on your playstyle, okay? Understand? All right, back to the video. At the end of the day, somebody's gonna have an opinion on your playstyle. If you play too far back and reserved in a game, they're gonna say you're terrified, you're scared. If you play too aggressive, they're gonna say your brain is mush, you're not using your brain, you don't think, right? There's always gonna be something. You could literally be the best player in the world and somebody's still gonna have something negative to say. Take Leffen, for example. He won Evo and Guilty Gear, and people were claiming that he was carried by his character. He done put hella work in to learn the game mechanics just like everybody else, but because he played a certain character that has been well known for being a good character in his top matches, people felt like that invalidated his win to a degree. And in all honesty, I do the same thing sometimes, because if I see you playing campy in a shooter that's known for having good movement, I'm gonna judge you. I'm gonna judge you a little bit. I'm lying, a lot of bit, because like, why would you do that? You see my point? I could have continued ranting for hours, but we have the rough draft. You've started refining your play style, and it's hopefully encouraging you to come back and play the game more. But what's that final missing piece of the puzzle? What's that chemical X? What's that seasoning, that secret ingredient that just brings it all together? In my opinion, I think it's passion, determination, drive, or as I like to call it, the lust for improvement. One thing people fail to tell you is the fact that it's okay to have multiple playstyles in a game. Back when I was playing Apex, I had two different playstyles. One for when I wanted to play pubs and one for when I was in ranked. When I'm in pubs, I'm fine just blindly running it down. If I die, I die. If I win, then I'm still alive. We keep the game going. Compared to ranked where there's points on the line. I have to think a little smarter. I have to be more aware of my surroundings compared to just my run it down play style of pubs. Sometimes it's good to switch things up like that. That's why I called it a lust for improvement. Sometimes too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. I enjoy improving in my games, but if I forget to have fun and it ends up with me going down a path of only wanting to just improve, I burn out of a game quickly to the point where I don't even want to touch the game anymore because I feel like if I'm not improving, I'm not doing anything worth my time, worth my energy. And I had to stop that, which is why I've been appreciating Fortnite a lot more, because it allows me to dance the fine line between still wanting to get better at the game, but still having fun with the game. I feel like Tekken did that for me as well. As I've been relearning Tekken to prepare for Tekken 8, I've been trying to take things a lot slower so that I don't somehow burn out of Tekken before the new game even comes out. Even Arslan Ash, one of the best when it comes to Tekken, said it himself.
Nothing, I think, guys, you shouldn't, play seriously too much. You should have fun sometime. I have seen a lot of pro players, taking too much pressure on themselves to prove I don't know what. But I think sometime, you have to chill, relax, and play for fun.
Even top players in their respective games, encouraging players to still find a way to have fun in their game and not take things too seriously. Which is why, like I said, when it comes to you developing your playstyle, don't listen to what everybody else says. If you enjoy that lower tier character because it's stylish and it fits your playstyle, go for it. You might end up creating upsets. You might end up surprising folks with how you play your game. And just one last piece of advice before I wrap the video up. If you're going to go about refining your playstyle or optimizing it, if you will, don't do that in ranked. Please, for the love of God, do not go about refining, optimizing, doing anything random in your ranked games. As I said, this is where you're going to experiment. If you're doing your experimentation, trying to figure out what does and does not work, don't do it in ranked. Because if you do it in pubs, if you fail, you don't lose anything, right? You're gaining the knowledge of what does and does not work with how you want to play. And if you win, you keep that in the brain. Ranked is essentially going to be your hyperbolic time chamber, right? That's where you're limit testing what you're truly capable of. Trying to do all of the randomness in a ranked match, especially in a team-based game like the Overwatches, like the Valorants, like the Apex, and I know Project L is on the horizon and that's going to have 2v2 capabilities. Don't try and do anything too irrational without A, going over it with your team first, or B, having tried it multiple times before in pub matches to see if it's something that is dumb enough to potentially work in a sense. Don't just on a whim try and Leroy Jenkins your way into making things work in a ranked match. As someone who's seen it happen way too many times and lose too many games as a result, just please and thank you. Hopefully this video helped you on your journey to developing a playstyle either in fighting games, shooting games, or some combination of both. If it did, leave a like, sub to the channel, and leave a comment as it helps me understand whether y'all enjoy these videos and want to see more of them. Otherwise, I will see you all in the next video.